back. Well, are you looking to entertain your friends this summer? How about throwing a fabulous dinner party? Here now with more on how you can wow your guests. We have private chef Laurie Forster joining him, the wine coach, and his lovely wife, Laurie Forster, as well. Now, you guys actually, I love your story. You actually met taking one of his classes, right?
I did. I went thinking I'd meet guys that were taking cooking lessons, but there were only other women my age looking to meet guys, but there was this amazing, handsome chef, and we just really hit it off, and here we are.
And now you guys make the perfect pair. You've got the wine, he's got the food.
Exactly.
You guys must have fabulous meals at home.
We do, but you know, we love having dinner parties. No one will invite us over to their house for dinner. They're afraid, right? So we love to have the dinner parties. But you can do it and still have fun at your own party, and that's what we want to show. Dinner party 1, 2, 3. It can be easy, and the best way to start, I think, is with sparkling wine.
Sparkling wine, so little aperitif, a little bit. Start out right.
We have the Avisi Prosecco, and Prosecco is something that even a diehard beer drinker will love. It kind of celebration just goes with bubbles, and even though you might not be celebrating anything specific, a sip of this and you feel great. You can set it up with glasses. These are stemless, really fun, dishwasher approved, and even have some peach nectar if people like sweet drinks. They want a Bellini.
Just throw something in there.
Yeah, make your own Bellini bar, and that keeps your guests busy while you're getting ready for the first course.
And this is supposed to be simple, so you're not sitting in the kitchen cooking a lot, right?
Exactly.
So we're moving on. Gazpacho is kind of the first course here.
It
and
is.
Great for summer, great for the heat here in DC, right?
Yep.
And gazpacho is really easy, and it's actually better if you make it the day ahead of time.
Because it sits there?
It'll sit, the flavors will mingle, they'll kind of all blend together, and it's really great. Now, I have here 2 different gazpachos. We're going to do 2 different gazpachos in one bowl. So it'll make it look a little bit more like you took so much time making this, but it's really simple. I make a gazpacho base, which has all the ingredients in it except for the yellow peppers and tomatoes, and the red peppers and tomatoes.
So what's in the base? What's in there?
It's cucumbers, red onions, jalapeno, sherry, olive oil. The recipe's online. It's on the website. You can get the recipe there. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the base and we're going to blend the base into both.
And while he's shaking that up,
you're making this easy. You just put it in a little.
Easy.
You can just shake it up. You don't even need a blender or anything to do this.
And if you want to do it as an hors d'oeuvre, you can serve it in a shot glass instead of in a bowl. So it makes this
almost drink.
Yeah, you can have a party the next
night
and use it as an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah.
So.
And then now both of them are separated. You pour them into the bowl at the same time.
And look how gourmet that looks.
Oh, that's
right?
Beautiful.
You can do the same into the shot glass.
So you get a little of both tastes at the same time. That's beautiful. Look at that.
It is. It is. And then he's going to garnish that with a crab salad. But what I've picked to go with that, and all these wines are from Italy. They have a special meaning to us because we honeymooned in Italy. And I think that's nice when you have a party to choose wines that mean something rather than this is just what I found at the store. So this is a white Italian Gavi.
Okay.
Cheers. It's crisp and clean. The high acid matches well with the high acidity of the tomato and the gazpacho. So if you take a little sip of the soup and then go back, you're going to notice that it really goes well, and this wine even softens as you have the gazpacho. So that's a great way to start. But main course, we are not vegetarians. We do have some vegetables here, but we love meat. So that's, you know, it seems like a simple thing, but Mike has some really great tips that I've learned now watching him cook to make the perfect steak. So how can you make the perfect steak?
Steaks are really simple to make, but that means they're really easy to mess up.
You could burn it. You want it not well done, right?
Exactly. And one of the best ways to do that is it's a 2-part process. You're going to sear it in a smoking hot pan. I use an old cast iron pan that I got from my grandmother. And that pan is smoking hot. I season the meat with salt only. I don't put pepper on until after it's cooked because the pepper could burn. And then I oil the meat, not the pan.
Okay.
So I'm going into a searing hot pan, sear the meat both sides until it gets a nice color on it, and then I take it off and I finish it in an oven, 350 degrees for about 12 minutes, and it'll come out a perfect medium rare, depending on the thickness of your steak. You want a nice
What kind of steak do we have sitting right here?
This is a beef tenderloin.
Okay.
And that kind of holds true for all steaks. If you're going to do a New York strip steak, if you're going to do a ribeye, it's all about 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes in the oven.
Okay.
Depending on your...
And it should be perfect by that point then.
Yes. And then the secret here is you can sear these earlier in the day and then just finish it in the oven.
And just throw it in the refrigerator? And just...
I leave it out at room temperature.
Okay, and that's safe during the day? Okay.
You don't want to do it in the morning.
Okay.
Do it in the afternoon, 2 or 3 hours before your guests come over, and it's going to be fine sitting on the counter.
And obviously I see we have red meat, red wine that goes along with it,
so
right?
He's going to cut up a vegetable tart, which we gave you the recipe for, which makes the whole plate look really pretty. But with meat, I love a red wine, and this is a Barbaresco. It comes from Piedmont, Italy. It's made from the Nebbiolo grape, and it's really considered one of the country's best wines, one of Italy's or even the world's. So it looks light, but it's actually a very bold wine with some tannin. That's that little astringency you're getting on the palate. That binds with the animal proteins in the beef, and the two are so luscious. It's like a team. And I told them last time, it's a wine sandwich. You sip the wine, you taste your meat, you sip your wine.
When do you eat the vegetables?
The vegetables are great too. Yeah, you have to have those in there too. It still goes too, because there's some cheese in there to kind of bind with the red wine and really be well.
Well, I know our third, last thing here, obviously dessert, and this seems pretty simple.
This is really simple. It's an individual tart tatin. Tart tatin traditionally is a big pan filled with apples with the pie dough over the top that you have to flip out. These are so simple. I make them in a Pyrex dish, so you can get these at any supermarket.
Easily serve it out at your party.
And it's individually done, which is really nice.
You can take these out. The puff pastry comes out really easy. The apple's sitting on the bottom, kind of soaking up all that flavor. We're going to put the apple right over the top, and it comes with its own sauce.
That's beautiful.
So you pour your sauce over the top.
And this is paired, we have a few moments.
I know,
with what?
With the Villa Yolanda Moscato d'Asti. Moscato is a craze right now in the wine world, but this is the real deal from Italy. It is considered semi-sparkling or frizzante, and it is sweet, but it's only about 5% alcohol, and so it's a great way to end, and it's sweet and luscious with apple.
Great. Well, if anyone wants to find out your recipes, find out more, where do they need to go?
Go to hecookshewines.com.
Okay.
And I try to post something there every week or so.
Okay.
And
great.
It's a great little website.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you.
And here's to good eating and good drinking this summer. Stay tuned.